What's up, Legionnaires and Blazionettes? I'm going to be giving you my review for Black Lightning Season 1, and there's going to be spoilers in this video, so if you're not all caught up yet, that is your warning. Now, when the show starts out, we basically follow Jefferson Pierce, and it's not an origin story of how he became Black Lightning or how he got his powers. It's more so him, basically, where he decides to become Black Lightning again, like many years later. So, it's sort of like more so a returning, like story rather than an origin story. But yeah, like when you get the sense of the first two episodes, you really sense that Freeland definitely needs him back. I mean, like where it's just like a bag of shit, like where it's just like there's crime on the streets and there's asshole cops and it's just everything is just spun out of control and Jefferson Pierce can no longer do that as a principal, like where it's heading closer to home, and you can see that where he needs to become Black Lightning to protect his family, and he has to, break his promise to his wife, or he won't do it again, and when he does it, it is such an awesome feeling, like where he finally decides to do it, and it's a great feeling. I mean, like, and you can tell that he wants to keep his promise, but as the episodes go on, you can see that, we just can't do that. I mean, Black Lightning has to be here to stay. And it kind of reminds me of Luke Cage, like where in his first two episodes, like where his first few episodes, like where he doesn't want to get involved in anything. He just wants to keep his head in the sand and just, and just mind his own business. But he doesn't have it within him to do that. I mean, like he has to, take care of the problem. And that's the same thing with here. I mean, that's where they have some similarities. And every villain is just as good as its hero, as they say. And this villain, he is definitely as compelling as Black Lightning. I mean, that's where we have Tobias Whale. I mean, like, I thought it was going to be Lala. I thought Lala was going to be the main villain. He had some leadership qualities to him. But when Tobias stepped in, I'm like, okay, I really do see that he is truly the main villain of the show, and I love to hate that guy. I mean, like, every time he's on screen, I'm like, oh, I cannot wait for him and Black Lightning to have a showdown. Make it happen, stop making me want it more and more, damn it. But yeah, and I love the superhero references that they make in this show too, where it's like, okay, I think I smell a potential crossover coming up for another season. Make it happen. Don't mention these other characters, these other superheroes, just to be like, nope, we're not having a crossover. But yeah, and I loved all the ideas that they've thrown into the season, but I felt like there is some that they could have put away for season 2, and like for example with the ASA coming in and Martin Proctor coming in and sort of stealing the spotlight from Tobias Whale. I'm like, they could have saved him for season 2. Let Tobias, be in the spotlight for the whole season, and then just have him come in. But from the way that panned out, I was like, I really hate this guy. I mean, he's a racist piece of shit. I mean, there's a villain that you love to hate, and there's just a villain or a character that you just really, really hate to the core, and that is Proctor. I mean, I hated him to a core, and I'm glad that Gamby shot him down in cold blood in the season finale. Like, yes, let Tobias take that spotlight back, and then yes, and I'm glad that happened, and I also love how Nessa became Thunder. I was afraid that wouldn't work in the season 1, where we needed to focus more on Black Lightning, like basically becoming Black Lightning again. But the way that was handled here, it was handled beautifully. And it was like they took their time to develop Nessa's character. And then you see that when she discovers her powers, she wants to learn more, and right away she wants to go out there and just put a stop to what was happening in her backyard. And like much like her father, and when they team up together, it's like the best bring your daughter to work day ever. And then when they had Jennifer discover her powers as well, I was sort of like, they could have saved that for season 2. Let that be the main focus of season 2. But I know they both have powers in the comics and stuff, but they could have just let Jennifer be do her own thing, like where she is still, and where she's still, you know, like has time to mature, and she's a kid and she wants to focus on, you know, like, you know, just being a kid and just living a normal life, and then let it be that for like the good chunk of season 1, and then have and give us that little hint that she also has powers at the very end of the season finale. That's how I would have done it. But I mean, I do love the idea of her discovering her powers too, and you see that she doesn't want it. She doesn't want her powers at first, and then near the end, like at least in the season finale, she is beginning to embrace it. So we'll begin to see a much different Jennifer, like in season 2, and then see how they all work together, and that's going to be pretty cool. But I mean, still, it felt like 2 seasons crammed into 1. And people will say Luke Cage felt like 2 seasons crammed into 1. This felt like 2 seasons crammed into 1 for me. But I still loved everything that happened. I mean, like, I loved the ideas, but I'm just like, I would have put those away for another season. And it felt like they weren't confident enough to do that. You know, like, where it's like they want to keep the audiences locked in. Like, we don't know if we're going to get a season 2, so let's try to put in as many good ideas as possible so that they can embrace it and want us and give us a season 2. I mean, I'm all for that. That is the goal, but I felt like if you were to take some of these ideas and say, like, okay, we're going to do that for season 2, I feel like there would still be, you know, it would still be a good season 1, but still, it's still awesome. So I'm going to give this first season 4.5 chair spins out of 5. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4.5 chair spins. So yeah, I can't wait for season 2 to happen. Damn, it ended too quickly. Where like in every episode, I'm like, wait a minute, it's over already? Come on. I mean, like, I was never looking at the clock like, oh, can it be over already? It was never a time consumer at all. So I had a lot of fun with this season 1. And more so, almost as much as I had fun with the Arrowverse. So that's saying something. That is really saying something. And I'm looking forward to seeing them all cross over somehow, some way. Make it happen. They gotta make it happen. I mean, the audience responded and they embraced this show, so let's have them cross over. Come on, make it happen. I think they will. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed my review for season 1 of Black Lightning, make sure you thumb up the video, click subscribe if you're new to the channel. Click on that little bell so you can get notified when I have a new video uploaded. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.